page 9, can you please read, it says, at one point in the game, the scores are as follows. Can you please read those to me? Like the points that they have on page 9.
Okay. So for the silver brain, it's minus 300 or negative 300.
Okay, I'm going to shorten that, okay? A negative 300?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the rocket science, it's 150.
Thank you.
And for know-it-alls, it's negative 500.
I know the best is art. The best one is art.
Good. So they're in first. Do you know who's after them, Alfredo?
S.
Awesome. And then who's in last place right now? Yeah. It's like every Alex, who's in last place? We have the... Awesome.
How come she's only going like
Okay, so Alberto, how did you know that?
I just realized that.
How did you know that they were in first?
Because the first one, it don't have no negative number.
Good. So no negative.
It's the, well, as the second one has, it has a negative number, but it's less than 500.
Good. How did you know it's less than? Because this is a smaller number, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we talked about what the highest and lowest score is. So, like thinking about like what we're going to be doing in the booklet on page 9, how could we get the know-it-alls to tie with the super brains? What would they have to get? Asmani, what would they have to get to tie the know-it-alls with the super brains? There'd be more than one way that they could do that. Say that again, honey. Good. Anaya, what's another way? They don't have to answer just one question.
Oh, two questions that are 150 points.
Right? 150?
To get to 500.
To get to 500?
No. How could they tie with? Sorry. How could the know-it-alls tie with the super brains?
Get two. No. Wait.
So
Get
who's in
three
last?
100 questions, right?
How many would they get? So we have plus 200, right?
Yeah.
That means you subtract. Yeah.
Oh.
If they lose it,
we're adding. So this, if we added
Oh,
200 to
that's
this,
okay. So that's 0.
this becomes a negative 300.
Yeah, because negatives
Like
are
you're
below
taking it off.
You're
Yeah.
adding to 0, you're going
That's
up.
what you're going closer.
So you
Hold
would
on.
go,
Russell, can you say that louder?
since if you add a number to a negative, instead of going up like you would positive, you would go down closer to 0.
Good.
Since negatives are under 0, making them smaller is actually going higher. If you subtract from a negative, that would make it go lower, so it would make it go bigger.
Awesome. So what Russell is saying is that if we are adding, and I can kind of see what you're doing. If we added 200, rather than getting we're not going to get a negative 700 because we're adding a positive 0, which is taking us closer to 0, right? But if we had 300 and I added 200, I get to 500, right? And if like I added 200, we go all the way up to 700. But because we're at a negative value, we're trying to get closer to 0.
So let's do one more. Let's do one more
Yeah.
just to show her.
So what's another way? So we said 200 points, right? What's another way that the know-it-alls could tie with the super brains, Anaya?
Huh?
What's another way that the know-it-alls could tie with the super brains? So we said they could answer one 200-point question. What's another way they could do it?
So if we look over here, what are another one?
What are the other points that they have?
They can
Alex, say that louder.
answer to 100.
Good. So they do 100.
Wait, didn't we do this already?
Yeah, this is a review because we didn't have a lot of time to do it last week. So Alex said you could answer 2 questions that are each 100. What's another thing? Danielle, I think you had your hand up. Did you have another one?
Yeah, I was going to say, they can answer 4 questions with their...
Yes, very good.
Mm-hmm. Naya, does that help any?
Yep.
Yes, yourself.
Wouldn't... Oh, never mind.
This one?
Yeah, never mind.
I changed it. Yeah, I saw it. Russell?
You can get 250 wrong, 250 right, and then 200.
Yeah.
Sure.
250 wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you're going back up with the 250.
No, 200 right.
Yeah, 200 wrong. 200
250 right, and then 100, 100.
and 100 and 100.
Yeah. More numbers.
Good. Okay, so this is important because while you're going through these problems and for your homework tonight, it'll be asking you different ways you can get from, Alberta, thank you. You can get from one value to another. Okay? So we want to look at one more thing. How